Bonjour tout le monde. Quel plaisir de vous voir
Greetings,
aujourd'hui.
everyone. What a pleasure to see you all.
Back in Edmonton, here in Alberta, with a big announcement that is going to make a huge difference in the lives of Albertan families, obviously, but also in our economic recovery as we move forward. I want to start by thanking the YMCA Shirley Stollery Childcare for having us here today. It's great to be here with, obviously, the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Chrystia Freeland, Minister Karina Gould, Minister Boissonnault, and MP George Chahal, and excellent as well to be joined by Premier Kenney and Minister Schultz for today's announcement. Parents in Edmonton and across Alberta, you get why affordable childcare matters. These past year and a half has illustrated the challenges that families face and the need for childcare. I think one of the things that really came through on this past year and a half is that making sure we have proper support for families, proper support for young kids that will allow parents to get back to work is unbelievably important, not just for families, not just for those young kids to get the best start in life they possibly can, not just for moms who are all too often facing impossible choices about whether to be there for their kids or to contribute to their family and their community. But it's also become very, very clear for business leaders, for small businesses, for big businesses, that childcare is not just a social program. It's about growing the economy as well. And that's what has been made obvious over the past many months, and that's why we're so glad to be here today. Les familles méritent qu'on
Families
investisse dans leur
deserve
présent.
that we invest in their present and their future. The economy needs us to invest in the workers of the future. And this is why this is such an important announcement for people in Alberta here and throughout the country while we make progress with these agreements on early learning and childcare.
The provinces and the federal government don't always get along on everything, and there's always going to be points of disagreement. But I am really, really pleased to be here today with Premier Kenney and the government of Alberta to demonstrate that on the things that matter most to citizens, on the things that matter to the people that we serve, we can get big things done. That's exactly what we've been able to do here today with Alberta, moving forward with a historic agreement on childcare that's going to make a real and concrete difference in the lives of Albertans. Within 5 years, $10 a day childcare will be a reality right across the province. By the end of next year, childcare fees will be cut in half for Albertan families. The province will be creating over 40,000 new spaces in early learning and childcare, and we're going to strengthen and update the wage grid so that early childhood educators get the kind of training, support, and wages they need to contribute in such an important way to not just the present of our society, but the future of it as well. This is big news for families, and it's yet another example of how governments work together to deliver in real, tangible ways for people. Un système de garde d'enfants fort, c'est ce que souhaitent
A strong childcare system are what parents throughout the country seek. With this announcement today, 8 provinces in 1 territory are making this big jump.
To our goal of lowering fees for every family across the country and creating 250,000 new spaces right across Canada. The fact that we were able to do this with Alberta today is a clear indication that it is within grasp for all families across the country, and I really expect and hope the remaining provinces will step up, come on board, and see that investing in kids, investing in families, investing in businesses, but also investing in the future of our country is what all Canadians expect. We're focused on making life more affordable for families and on building a strong economy, on childcare, on housing, on good jobs for people now and into the future. We have a lot of work to do. And with that, I'm very happy to pass it over to Premier Kenney to talk about the work that we've done and the work that we're continuing to do. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Jason.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Welcome to Alberta to you and Minister Gold, and welcome back to Alberta to Minister Freeland. This is a good day for Alberta families. Affordable childcare makes a big difference for working parents. Through the hard work of Minister Schultz, Alberta's government has secured an agreement with the federal government to ensure that more Alberta parents have access to affordable childcare, and that's a very good thing. This agreement means bringing $3.8 billion tax dollars paid by Albertans to Ottawa back to Albertans to address a key priority for so many families. This means that parents in Alberta will see a reduction in their fees of an average of 50% in early 2022 and will pay an average of $10 a day by 2025-26. The province has secured a deal that allows Alberta parents to have the type of childcare that works best for them, which has been a key element of any deal that this government would sign. This means that all types of licensed childcare for kids aged up to kindergarten, like preschools, daycare, and licensed family day homes, will now be supported through this deal with the federal government. And to ensure that every child has the care that works for them, there's funding for those with specific needs, such as linguistic, cultural, and special learning supports. In addition to private spaces, the agreement includes a plan to add at least 42,500 new licensed nonprofit and day home and childcare spaces over the next 5 years, meaning more jobs, more access, and more of the spaces that Alberta families rely on. This is critical because over half of childcare spaces in this province, uniquely across the country, are in private childcare spaces, with the majority of those businesses being owned and operated by women. Just one of the reasons that Alberta has the highest percentage of women-owned businesses in Canada. This is good news for parents and families, especially as Alberta's economy continues to recover. This deal not only helps many Alberta parents get back to work, it creates opportunities for passionate entrepreneurs to start a business. Our government was elected on a mandate to grow the economy, make life better for Albertans, and to fight for a fair deal in the Federation. This agreement will help to grow the economy and certainly will help to make life better for many families. It also helps in our effort to secure a fairer deal by bringing more of Albertans' tax dollars back to the province. Of course, Alberta will continue our broader efforts to secure a fair deal through the whole system of fiscal federalism, including equalization, and, of course, championing responsible resource development. But today I want to thank our partners in the federal government for having come to this agreement, and I will now like to invite the Federal Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, the Honourable Karina Gold, to please bring her remarks.